Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the Anime Duo podcast. I am one of your hosts, Ken, with our other host, Bear, and today we got a lot for you. Today, as in today.
You're tired, bro. What are you doing?
What? It's a good intro. No, but we got some good stuff for you today. Some stuff that isn't too old and stuff that just came out recently within the week. Um,
So, breaking news.
yeah, there you go. Breaking news.
I need cheered on? What are you doing, bro?
What?
Bro, you're struggling. You're like a granny without her vitamin D, bro.
All right, bro. What? What does that even mean?
I'm pretty sure that's the vitamins that like older people take so they can like form coherent sentences. I might be wrong.
Bro's already just bashing me, bro. The episode just started. Um,
What have you
dude.
been up to?
Um, nothing really. I haven't been able to watch anime recently just because college work has been getting quite difficult for me with all these tests and everything. But I have been playing. I don't want to call it an old game, but it did come out a couple years ago. Not Half Life.
High
High
on
on
life.
Life. Thank
Yeah.
you. I always say both of the names differently on accident, but yeah, I really like it. I think it's nice. I like how the guns are constantly talking to you, and there's always some sort of dialogue. It feels very immersive for the player. At least for me, it does. I know back then when it first came out, some people didn't really like that. They could kind of thought it was annoying every now and then, but I really don't mind. I find it to be pretty cool actually. But other than that, I've just been playing that. I'm sorry, y'all, I haven't started any anime or continued any. It's just been a really busy week for me. But I am starting tomorrow because I am getting some free time. What about you, Bear?
Ooh, so in the anime verse, I just I feel like watching Naruto again. I don't know why.
Oh,
So I'm on
which
Shippuden
one,
right now.
Naruto or Naruto Shippuden?
I rewatch Naruto all the time, so it's been a minute since I watched Shippuden. Just 'cause normally I like the original better, but it's good. I just I really don't like Sasuke. I really don't like him. He was literally
Yeah,
not worth
I
saving,
think
bro.
you've said that a lot,
I
actually.
just don't like his character. Like he should have died a lot more than Naruto. He has more plot armor than him, and he's just annoying. Like he's like, yeah, your whole family was killed, but like there's just certain things that you don't do. He's just like just annoys me. Naruto is annoying, but like that's his character. And in Shippuden, he dials it down a lot, so he's like actually like I can actually listen to him. But
I feel like you
oh
find a lot of anime characters annoying.
yeah, it's just because it feeds into that trope. Like anime tropes, I dislike a lot. Like I feel like I want people to grow. Like yeah, sometimes it's funny. I just don't find anime funny a lot. Like the little like cute dork moments, like I freaking hate it sometimes. And like that, like Naruto did that a lot, especially with like the fan service or just like Jiraiya and him being a perv. Like I just like it was funny because Jiraiya is actually base, but like Naruto is like just annoying. But I mean, like I love it so much. Like it'll always hold a special place in my heart. I think the message is one of the best in anime. Speaking of anime, by the way, did you hear that One Piece news that actually happened? I don't think I've talked to you about it, but
You did.
Oda wrote the One Piece's ending and what the One Piece is, locked it in a box, and put it almost 600 feet underwater. So
Oh,
he said he's going to get it back whenever he ends the series.
uh, yeah.
So someone's like, so if like an animal were to get it, we'll just never get the ending of One Piece, so we'll never know.
Huh. That's quite
But
interesting.
yeah, there's already people online trying to create parties to go grab it, so we'll see.
I feel like someone is going to.
Fans are so crazy. I could see it being done.
I
It's
mean,
that's very far down
people
though.
try to raid Area 51. Like this, this is a cakewalk for them. I feel like, especially those people on like Instagram. Like I know this one dude. I forgot his name, but he basically finds the location of people depending on what the picture they take. Like I
That's
remember one
crazy.
time this guy took he sent a selfie of himself like on a train track in the middle of a forest, and he was like, "Come find me." And the guy literally broke down every single atom in the video. To 30 seconds later, he found out where he was. So
Denoxing, that's insane.
that's
That's
yeah,
awesome.
literally. And what's funny is that guy actually, I think, his local police department or something like that asked him if they wanted him to join actually, but he did decline though. But this was years ago. This was like when I was in high school. I don't know if he still does his thing. Like I said,
Wow.
I don't remember, but there are people like that. So that's why I say I won't be surprised if like 2 weeks or maybe a couple months later this guy by the name of something something found it. He found it. I'm like, okay, what what is it?
He's the king of the pirates. Well, he can't translate it, so.
It's like all in
um,
Hebrew.
yeah, bro. Like, good luck. Send it to Tel Aviv. Gaming wise, I'm trying to learn how to Minecraft speedrun. I'm absolutely horrible at it. Um, so I don't think that's gonna last for very long. But I'm gonna start playing Hollow Knight soon because I want to play Hollow Knight then play Silk Song. Just because I've been in that indie game like feeling like I might get Undertale again. I have it on my PlayStation, but I'll get it on my PC. But yeah, I've been really feeling like those little heartfelt games with really good music, like Subnautica. I would say Subnautica is kind of in that category.
You haven't gone back to Subnautica
I'm
ever the
not going
incident.
to. I'm not going to for a minute until I
It's
feel
been a
like it.
minute.
I literally felt like playing that game. I played that game for 2 hours, and you're telling me my thing breaks down and I lost
I mean, I
progress?
warned you a couple times, but you're like, "No, bro, watch this," and then it just explodes. That was hilarious.
I don't know. It's
If I could
whatever.
play for you, I would just to see you play
I
again,
might watch a
cause the
video.
story's really good. Okay, if you're gonna watch a video, then do that and then play Below Zero. I'm begging you.
Below Zero actually looks good to me. I don't know why you hate on it.
I don't hate on it. I just say it's not as good as the first one.
Okay, yeah, I can see that, but I still think it looks pretty good, and there's actually voice acting and stuff. Like, there's no way it's not decent.
Yeah, it's all right. It's just because like the lore sometimes um doesn't make sense.
Well, for our next thing we're going to talk about is Resident Evil 9, which was the highest rated game for about 2 days.
Yeah, this game on Steam peaked at 344,214, which is crazy for a single player game.
I
Just
believe the
off the
previous
chart.
record was 160,000 for a Resident Evil game, somewhere
It,
around that.
for 9 or 4.
Any game, like that was the highest peaking of all time for any Resident Evil game.
Oh, yeah. I think the remake for 4 from what it says here from gamespot.com, it says it basically doubled. The 4 remake for Resident Evil 4 remake obviously was 168,191, and it tripled from Resident Evil Village, which only had 106,331. So this game tripled from Village, and Village was already like the talk. Like Village was a lot. So the fact that this game, unfortunately, I haven't seen any gameplay of it. So
Really,
I know
dang, bro,
I'm
it's
sorry.
really good. I can talk about it without spoilers, and I can give my little 2 cents because, like I said, it is a $70 game. It is not cheap. And it is about 10 to 12 hours of gameplay just for a first playthrough. And there's
First,
there's a lot been going on, yeah. Cause like, okay, I don't want to spoil, but there's two endings, but one of them's not really an ending. It's just a bad choice. So there's a good
oh,
choice and there's a bad choice at the end of the game. The bad choice obviously is very short, and nobody liked it. But it was there on purpose to say you definitely made the wrong choice. Don't make this choice. And I think it even lets you go back like to a certain spot
so it's like one of
instead.
those canon and non-canon endings that you can do.
Yeah, it's just saying, hey, it could be really bad if you actually chose this. But no, I mean the game was amazing. So you have Grace Ashcroft, which is the new main character, which is female. She's about like medium
She's the
cut
white
blonde
hair one,
hair.
right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She literally is in first person and it's straight horror masterclass. Um, you don't get a lot of item slots, so it's kind of like a classic Resident Evil, and you don't have a lot of guns or weapons, so it's like just straight horror. She kind of talks about her backstory and it kind of ties into the story, but then the second half of the game, I like just as much or even more. Like it's two different sides of the game, but it's really good. So Leon's gameplay is you have a shotgun, which you can end up getting two. You can get axes, you can get a chainsaw, you can get a hunting rifle, you can get a pistol, and then there's this new weapon called the Requiem, which is like almost a one tap for anything besides like bosses. It just one taps anything. Leon's, you get these bands which you can get points and you can upgrade your stuff and you're just like a total tank, which makes sense. Some people were upset about it, but I wasn't because like if you're a huge Leon fan, you want to see Leon do crazy stuff. Like you don't have Leon haters out here saying, "Oh, he's too overpowered." Like no, everyone wants to see Leon do good, and
What
he did just that.
what's her name again? The white-haired chick?
Uh, I just said it and now I forgot it.
But about her was, remember my theory about her before the game came out? I think I said it in I think on episode 5 or 6 it was
What'd you say?
about
I don't.
my theory.
What about her? Yeah, I don't.
I think I asked my theory was, I think it was episode 5, I think, where my theory was she was like some antidote, like she's one of those characters in like those specific like movies slash video games where they're like the antidote to like whatever this virus thing is, and you as the main character has
So
to protect them.
it's funny that you say that because it's yes and no.
It's one of those.
It would really spoil the main
No,
portion
no,
of
that's
the
what I'm trying to
game.
say. I don't want you to spoil
But
it.
like
It's more like, was my theory somewhat on par with that?
no, but yes, it's hard to explain because it's the story leads you in a certain way to make you think this happens. But I also think there's a plot hole because like I can't talk about it, but like so, well, we saw this from the cuts, like the cutscenes from the beginning. Leon's obviously got the T virus.
Yeah, he pulled out his, he took off his glove and his hand was all messed up and everything.
Well, someone else also has the T virus.
I'm guessing she does.
No, she doesn't. It's
Oh.
someone else, but I can't spoil it, even though he's there's a lot of clones in the game too. So that's all I'm gonna say. It's hard to explain, but it has a lot to play in with a previous character who was a villain, and he also has it. And pretty much they're
Ah.
all I can explain what happens. So you play as this girl who was taken in from a previous character, Ashcroft, um, and she dies mysterious. Well, I just spoiled that. Someone dies mysteriously, and she's trying to figure out what's going on. It's very early in the game. If you're not gonna play it, or if you have played it, you already know. Like you didn't just stop halfway through this game. You picked this up nonstop and couldn't put it down. But they're looking for this weapon that the scientists made, and let's just say it doesn't go as planned. And yeah, I think it's kind of refreshing because normally how Resident Evil works is you'll have these two characters with two different stories, but it gets woven together at the very end. Where this time it's the female main character goes first, gets to a certain point, Leon catches up with her, she gets taken away, and then Leon has to go get to her. So like they're not two different stories. Like you have to play both, but they're very refreshing. Like the females is obviously like a first person horror, and then like Leon's is like a third person, just like absolute slug fest. You get to see a lot of past characters that you get to fight, which is very fun. It's definitely a really good way to bring back the series, especially with like the ending made it pretty much obvious that there's going to be a 10th one. I do believe we might get a DLC for this, like we do most of the recent Resident Evil games.
Yeah. All the newer ones always get like
A DLC.
DLC, at least 4 or 5 DLCs, and they don't even have to be like big ones. It could be like small ones that are like $10.
Yeah, but anyway, like I said, Metric had this at an 88, which is the highest Resident Evil game of all time. The fan score gave it a 94 and 95, which is also like the top of the year. So we're thinking this is going to be game of the year. This is really huge because, well, Resident Evil has 30 something games in total, 9 in the mainline series, but like 30 something in total, including spin offs and remakes. And the fact that it's still going good is really good news for us, but also for Capcom. But it got beat out literally 2 days later by something else that I guess we could talk about now. Uh, Pokemon has. I'm guessing this is now going to be in contention for Game of the Year, but Pokopia, I hope I'm saying this right, is now the highest
Yeah, I want
rated.
to Poco. Yeah, Pocopia.
It's the highest rated Pokemon game, also at an 88. Pokemon X is second with the 87, even though, and I stand for this all time. Pokemon Ultra Moon is the best game of all time for Pokemon games. It has the best story, it has the most memorable characters, and also Litten and Rowlet are like some of the coolest starters. But this game is literally Animal Crossing for Pokemon. So you play as a Ditto who's transformed to a human into this like empty land with all these Pokemon. You learn moves and you expand to create like a paradise. And you're growing vegetables and like making houses and like little farmhouses. So it's like Stardew Valley, Animal Crossing, and Pokemon just mixed together. I believe you can play with friends. It is out exclusively on March 5th on the Nintendo Switch too. IGN has this at a 9.
Wait, so this game isn't out yet?
Um, its initial release is March 5th, but I believe you can play it on the first Switch, I believe. I'll get more info
Oh.
on that.
No,
Yeah.
but I looked at it. It does Loki just look like Animal Crossing with Pokemon, which it looks like. I'm not trying to bash anything, but I never really got into the Pokemon video game series, only because I guess I never really played them before. The only Pokemon game I've ever played was Shield, which was when you gave me Shield that one time to play in high school, and
Yeah.
which
I
was supposedly, according to
the
most people, the worst Pokemon
It is
game.
the worst Pokemon game by far.
So my first ever Pokemon game was the worst one according to everyone. Which, to me, since it was my first, I I thought it was all right. I didn't know what to expect. I thought it was cool, open land and everything. It was pretty bare though. I will say that. It
Yeah,
was
I
just a
think they were
big,
getting used to
vast.
the engine. They were getting used to using the engine, and also, I like the legendary Pokemon for it. They were actually really good in the game, but other than that, I mean, Score Bunny was the only cool starter, and it was just very mid.
Yeah, Score Bunny was Loki a carry.
Oh, we should actually talk. What's your favorite starter Pokemon? Do you have one?
No, I just said I'm not very big into Pokemon.
But you know about Pokemon. Everyone does.
The only thing I'd say is um
Just say
Charmander.
buzzwords. Yep, I knew it. Or
Or what's the water frog dude's name?
Let's Go Greninja or Froakie is the
Yeah,
starter Pokemon.
Froakie.
Froakie is the best starter Pokemon, guys. Come on. Even
I
though it's not that
do
good in
like
the
Froakie.
game, but like no ball when you see ball, bro. Like it's got a Mega Evolution, which is
I
also
mean,
sick.
now when I'm thinking about it, like Pokia, I feel like games like these, because I feel like we've come into a video game era to where people don't want to, shoot things and they don't want to blow up things or.
That is the most false statement of all time.
Okay.
Why is things like Counter Strike 2 the most played game right now of all time? Fortnite is probably the most popular, most like influential game of media, top five of all time. Like you got to give Fortnite its flowers. Like shooter games, Call of Duty, even like 007, like people want to play it. I think there's still like a group of people who are maybe more nerdy and where like shooting games aren't really their thing. But like there's things like Elden Ring, which is not shooting, but it's more of like combat and parrying, and then you got strategy games. Like I would say like even shooting games like Rainbow Six Siege, like that to me is more strategy than actually shooting. Yeah, you have to be pretty accurate, but at the end of the day, it only takes like 2 shots to actually kill someone in that game. So if you're more tactical and play the field and use the right operators, then it's more useful. That's where it becomes more strategy to me than like an actual shooter. But you still have to be really good at shooting in that game. I would say that's not true. I just think people are getting tired of these same shooter games. Like people are getting tired of Call of Duty and the COD killers or the Battle Royale games. That's why things like Marathon, or you have things like Marathon where they're trying something new and it's just an absolute flop. And I don't know. But no, I think what you're trying to say is like like it's very refreshing. Like you get a spin off of a really good game series, actually the most popular franchise of all time, and you're creating an atmosphere off of already an engine you already had from another game, Animal Crossing, and you literally just copy and paste it, and you just got a money glitch. Which I mean, like, hey, if that's what you want to play, go all ahead. But like, Animal Crossing's literally the same thing. But yeah, that's actually now it is now the highest rated game of the year. So we'll see how it goes. That's not it for Pokemon news because Pokemon had its it's not a Pokemon Direct. No, yeah, it's pretty much like it's a Pokemon Presents. That's what they call it. Well, we have a ton of Pokemon news, and one of their new game announcements actually blew up. Besides Pokepia, surprisingly. Do you want to talk about what you saw? As so someone that's a non-Pokemon fan, and you see what they're releasing, what are you thinking?
Um, I mean, I think it's all right.
Would anything like you're seeing make you want to, or you're like, I know this is not going anywhere. I really don't care about playing it.
I mean, yeah, I don't really care.
Did you watch the new Winds and Waves release? Have you seen like the trailer for that?
No, I don't think I have.
So it's their new game. It actually got leaked like weeks in advance, and people were like, "Stop sharing these spoilers. These aren't real anyway." And they're like, "The graphics are actually too good, but the starters look like someone actually made it from like a Roblox engine." And lo and behold, it was real. Pokemon Winds and Waves, the worst starter trio. I'll say it. Some people are defending it as the worst three-looking starters I've seen since Sword and Shield. It was absolutely awful.
Everyone's been clowning the green bird.
Yeah, it's literally Angry Birds. We already have one. We have Rowlet. The Pomeranian looks okay. It's just very mid. Like I could see that out in the wild as a very weak Pokemon. I don't see that as a starter Pokemon. The Gecko or Newt, I don't know exactly what it is yet. That's the most decent one, but we already have the Sword and Shield Lizard, Inteleon. So it's like I don't know, but the new engine for Winds and Waves actually makes the graphics look. I've not seen graphics look that good in a Pokemon game ever. So I was genuinely impressed by that. The world building, it's a bunch of islands like that's supposed to look like Malaysia and like the little Asian islands that are out there. So it kind of looks like a better looking sun and moon. So hopefully it's good, but I'm also worried about the price because like probably looking at a $70 to $80 game. And there's no way this is running well on the Switch One. There's absolutely no way. Pokemon Champions is coming out soon, which is supposed to change like the online Pokemon community who like actually fight. It's supposed to like help them out. It's supposed to like make it more cohesive so you can actually start moving it around, which I like because that helps out a lot. Um, Pokemon TCG is getting an update. I used to play that game like crazy. Did you ever play it? The little
No.
TCG game on there? Oh, everyone was playing. It was actually great. It just no one wanted to battle, and then they made it where you get rewards from battling, and I just didn't want to do it anymore. We clowned on it. Mega Dimensions from ZA came out. Garchomp's cool, but like, we should probably cut this off. It just looks bad, but I've heard some complaining about it, but I wouldn't complain about it. Fire Red and Leaf Green is now on the Nintendo Switch. I believe they're selling it for $30. And you're like, that's an old game. But I have a Game Boy and I paid $100 for the Game Boy, and then I paid like $70 for the Pokemon Red game, the original one. That's expensive. So this is, in the long run of things, actually cheaper. I will not pick up the Switch until they actually release a good title. But you know what? I'll sit here and wait. Pokemon XD Gale of Darkness is also out. That's a pretty good news. But other than that, I mean, 30 years of Pokemon is insane. I remember my mom and dad used to play Pokemon, so it's just crazy to see how far they've gone and how greedy they've gone. Um, this next subject is actually very near and dear to your heart, and also my heart. But I wanted to give you the honors of starting it off because it's actually really sad.
Yeah, thanks. Um,
Okay,
what?
you just had to clear your throat.
Yeah, sorry. So the Smiling Friends Adult Swim TV show, actually I'm pretty sure they're the creators. Yeah, the creators Zach Handel and Michael Cusack announced last Thursday. I found out on Instagram when I woke up in the morning,
Same.
and yeah, I'm pretty sure I sent it to you. They were basically saying that they were gonna end the show and they were gonna add last two stragglers episodes on April 2nd. Now the reason why they're ending it is because they did really enjoy making it. Like they worked on it 24/7 and they put their heart out into it, but they said they didn't want to force out episodes to like where like the Rick and Morty effect where it's only good for like the first 3 seasons and then after that they just start pushing out random crap and it's not very polished well and they said they said it wasn't a bit, it wasn't a joke, like because people were already having theories saying, oh, it's going to be an April Fool's joke, and because they already announced that season 4 and 5 are coming out, and basically they were, and I'm pretty sure Zach Michael, firstly he said like it's not a bit, this is not a joke, we're gonna end it here, and um, they were very glad though where they gotten at that point, and they felt pretty accomplished where they were, but they were basically saying we're not gonna force episodes out and make them all sloppy and everything. So, as of right now, they're not going to launch anymore. They did say, and Adult Swim did also tell them that they could always come back, and if they want to make more, they can. And they totally accepted that. And but as of right now, they're not going to make any more. Because they just deserve that. We deserved 110. They put 110 in their show, and they didn't want their show to be like one of those shows where like I don't want to compare it to South Park, but like, or no, The Simpsons. I feel like The Simpsons would be a good example. Like, they don't
Yeah,
want their
no,
show to be
definitely.
like, oh, season 38 is coming out. That show still like airs, and they didn't want that. They didn't want Smiling Friends to be like that. And Smiling Friends has a really big like loving community. So obviously everyone wasn't happy, but also at the same time they respected their decision to give out just really good episodes instead of you know, just imagine Smiling Friends like fell off if they ever made like a season 5 or a season 4, and then like next week they announce like season 16, like, and it wouldn't be the same. And I believe that's what they were really fearful of. So they basically, well, I mean, they just call it's like slop. It's like just printing stuff out to make money. Like I feel like that's what South Park's latest season was actually, in my opinion. But other than that, I think they did the right decision. I don't think they should have gone that route because Smiling Friends is a really good show in my opinion. It's really funny. I'm really looking forward to the last 2 episodes that they're gonna make. Actually, they say it isn't gonna be themed. It's gonna be straggled. I hope I'm saying that word right. But it isn't gonna be themed or anything like that. It's not technically in one of those ending episodes, but it is going to be one of the last episodes for either a really long time or basically the end of it. But at the end of their video, because they said they posted it on YouTube, basically everywhere. They mostly said Twitter and YouTube, but I found it on Instagram, Adult Swim channel. So you could basically probably find it everywhere. Probably just search it up anywhere and watch it for yourself. And they were just saying, at the end, they were just saying anyone could hire them if they want, and they're open arms to anyone right now. I know Zach has done a lot of hiring. He's been in a lot of things. Even when I was playing Half Life One, actually, one of the characters that came upon was actually voiced by him. His voice is like so recognizable to me now. Not in a weird way, of course, but like when I hear like his voice, I'm like, is that Zach? And I'm like, oh yeah, that is him. And I'm like, wow, this guy, because Zach is a really good voice actor.
Oh
He
yeah.
especially in Smiling Friends and basically whatever he does, he voices at least 4 or 5 characters. Like the Digital Circus, those two fish underwater, he it was Sir Pello, the right one, and then the left one was him. Um, the two door guys in Half Life One, you meet them like the first hour playing the game.
Wait, are you talking about
Um,
Half-Life or High on Life?
High on Life, my bad. You see, I keep
Yeah.
getting not getting them confused, but I keep taking that shortcut for some reason. But he voices one of them. Even one of the police drones that you also meet, literally 5 minutes after, was voiced by him as well. He just voices a lot of characters, and I think he's a really good actor because of it. He's very talented. Cusack is the one that plays Pim. I don't really know a lot about him, but I think he does good other things as well. But I can't really down out on what he specifically does. But they I think they edited it on a good ride, a good tone. You know, they basically straight up said, "Hey, we're gonna cut to the chase. We don't want to do this anymore because you guys deserve better." And I do wish they do come back to this series maybe with like new ideas and more refreshing content, but I feel like that's either never going to happen or it is, but it's going to be for a very long time. But other than that, they did say they're looking forward to collab with other people, which they already have here and there, especially Zach. So I don't see any problem with any of them finding any new job or any new seat and just any future projects. And it says right here that Handel and Cusack concluded their message, like I was saying earlier, by gushing about their crew and pushing for others to hire them. The show has been the ride of a lifetime, Cusack said. And I agree, this show was really funny. I feel like every episode was just something completely different, but it also connected it in the same way. And I really did enjoy it. And even if it was like a 10-minute episode, I personally enjoyed it. I feel like everyone did, obviously. If you didn't, maybe it wasn't your thing or you were just low key a hater. But other than that, I think it was really nice. And I am going to miss it cuz every time when they announce a new season, I'm like, "All right, gonna buy a lot of food and just binge watch all of it." But obviously that may not happen for a long time or not happen at all. But I think they ended it on good terms, and I do wish the best for them and the crew. And I do hope they do. If they do get another job, I hope it's a really good job, and it's not some slop job. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, well, while they're ending on a good note, we're getting more Has-Been Hotel seasons straight out of the pipe.
Oh, you just had
Um,
to ruin it, bro.
it's garbage. I don't care
Oh my
what y'all say in your
gosh.
stupid artist humor, bro. It's trash.
Have you seen the clips on Instagram where it's like that
Yes,
fat chick crying
I don't
over
want
the
to.
music?
I don't even want to hear it. Like,
uh,
okay, I'll say this to maybe save her butt a little bit. They're talented people working on it. Maybe it's got catchy music here and there. I don't listen to it, so I'm not gonna speak on it. But I hear it's good.
all I'm
It's so
saying
cringy. It's so
is
cringy. Like, why would you like
cursing
it?
does not equal funny. Like if like I understand where they live is basically hell, but I like the amount of cursing in every episode is absurd.
It's not
And
even that. It's just like really dumb. Like,
it,
I
it
like dumb
is
things. Like, you want to show me something dumb? Show me Rabbids Invasion, bro. That's dumb
that's
fun.
fun. That's
Not,
so good, bro.
yeah, but not.
Trash
I don't
versus
even.
treasure, bruh.
I hate it so much, and I actually tried it too. Like I
I
actually
never
tried
have.
this.
You're a
It was so.
brave man to try it.
I was very brave. It's like a try not to cringe challenge, and just like every second, I was just like pausing, looking around to like hide my embarrassment, even though I was
Watching
in the room
Hazbin
by
Hotel
myself.
until I laugh, and it's like a 12-hour video.
But
That'd
I
be
don't want to dog
fun.
on other people's creations. So like,
Yeah, don't get
obviously,
me
she put a lot.
wrong.
Like, you don't gain a cult following for no reason. So like, it's really good. She's really talented, but I just think it's trash, and that's about
Yeah,
it.
that
But
is about
what I
it.
was gonna say about Smiling Friends and their crew, um, they've obviously been around the internet before, but they're very respected. Same thing with Gravity Falls. It's all about legacy. How do you want people to remember your show? Like, everyone knows The Simpsons because of how long it is, and they're crazy, like, seeing the future stuff. Family Guy, do they even really still do Family Guy? I just see the clips on Instagram. That's about it.
Yeah,
Really,
I
can't
feel
think
like
of a
what
lot.
they're mostly known for, like, don't get me wrong, Family Guy, like they have a good run as well for what they do, but I remember one of their episodes Stewie was singing a song and they were basically saying how The Simpsons isn't as funny how it used to be 20 years later, and everyone was like, "That's a hard take coming from Family Guy," and I agreed because they're basically like, I feel like Family Guy's going down the same road as The Simpsons. Like, there's gonna be a point in time where you're gonna have to stop, but you're not going to because obviously you make money. Why would you stop the money making machine? Because if you stop it, then you have no money.
I
But
mean, it's like Resident Evil. Like, Resident Evil had a few bad games, but, like, just over time, it's all about legacy, and, like, people are going to remember Smiling Friends for the longest of time.
it's also about like the love of the game. Like you got it. Like it's like what you were saying earlier. Like with I think I think episode 5. I think you were saying like the girls that were working on Leon were like practically obsessed with him, where they were
Yeah.
just constantly detailing. Like that's the passion we need for every video game, or just anything in general. Like passion will push anyone beyond their limit to create such a beautiful thing for generations, and I hate to see the fact that people would rather get greed over a show they make or a video game. Like you might hate me, but like Black Ops 7, like that they were just I don't know.
No
I don't.
one's saying you're wrong for that opinion, bro. Black Ops 7 is like a
I'm just
burger game
saying,
now.
like
You
I don't.
sold your soul if you still play that game.
Nah, for real. Like story mode and everything was wrong, but that's what I'm talking about. Like before you know it, next Game Year awards, or not awards, but announcements, Black Ops 8 or Modern Warfare 7. Like, dog, we don't need this, all right? What we do need is a polish. We need you to clean up your games, your bugs, whatever crap you gave out to us a year or two ago. Like, we
Well,
don't
this
need
is what I'm
this.
saying. And this has also got something to do with also some news that's not confirmed, but we might as well talk about it right now because obviously there's not a whole lot of it to go around. But since Xbox got its new CEO, some people who are in the innermost circle are saying it's going to get sunsetted, which I actually had to look up what it meant. They're pretty much going to like close the door slowly, so they're slowly going to shut everything
Yeah, they're
down.
slowly gonna like production's gonna be slowly made, and
And
then
to the point where
if
it's
it
just done.
yeah, if it gets too bad, then they shut everything down, which can happen in practically anything in the world. But yeah, I saw that and I was like, let me just make sure because people like to over exaggerate sometimes. I hope I'm not one of those people, but um, literally, I feel bad for Xbox because now people are
I
just
don't.
saying, well,
Why
no,
would
because I
I?
mean like back then Xbox, not today Xbox.
Well, that's everything. I mean, like, let me finish what I was going to say. You had you were winning the console war for a long time. You had the greatest console of all time, and I will say this, and I stand by this, better than any Nintendo console. Xbox 360, besides the Red Ring of Death, was the greatest thing known to man that you could play on. Minecraft was peak. You could play Halo. What you don't understand, and there's a graph that I will send you, and if you want to join the Discord, I'll send it in there too. There was a light up graph to how many people were playing Halo the first night it was out, and everyone around the world was playing it. Like, Xbox was the biggest thing in the world. It had beat Nintendo, it was beating Sony, and then Microsoft, obviously who owns Xbox, started going towards more AI and games route. Well, they want you to be able to play games anywhere. which is great. Like I want to be able to play my games on Steam. I want to be able to play it on my PC. But since doing that, they don't own exclusives anymore. And if you don't have the top console anymore and you're not focusing on your consoles anymore, no one's going to buy it. So why would you buy Game Pass and why would you buy a console if it's on Steam? Well, recently, and I don't know if I've talked to you about this, Sony has announced that they are no longer giving away their exclusives. By what I'm meaning by that is the Spider-Man games were PlayStation exclusives. They were released on PC. Last of Us was a PlayStation exclusive. It's now on PC. God of War, the last two games that they made, was originally a PlayStation exclusive. It is now on PC.
Yeah, but they've been on PC for a couple of years now.
No, not long. Like maybe the past 5 years, but they're ending it. Just because since Xbox closed its doors, Steam or Valve now has all of this building up on it. Now, the new CEO of Xbox wants to still put progress in the games, which is not a lot. I mean, they own Activision, they own Blizzard, they own obviously the Xbox game studios. And I like the Game Pass. I have the PC Game Pass, but I'll never ever buy an Xbox again because there's no reason to. And so that's why you're going to lose so much money if your games are compatible on anything else. You don't make your consoles anymore and you're making these studios. But your studios are making things like Activision's making Call of Duty, Blizzard's making World of Warcraft. Well, World of Warcraft actually had a new update that did pretty good, so I won't speak ill on it. I'll give it its flowers. But like, you just killed a company. Nintendo will never ever die. Like Nintendo will be around for the rest of our lives unless a crazy multiple scandals come out and they just go bankrupt. It's nearly impossible when you're making movies, consoles exclusives, and you're just greedy. Like Nintendo's greedy. So like they will never ever ever lose money. But like you want to end on a high note, and what high note is Xbox ending on? None. So back to Smiling Friends. It's not 7 seasons long, it's only 3. I think we just got to be proud of it, let it go, find a new show, I guess. But like, I enjoyed it. Like I sat there and binged it all. Like I think I watched all 3 seasons like in a span of 2 days, and I was like, this is amazing. And then now we're not getting any more. Which I mean, you're fair to be upset just because of like it was announced for season 4 and 5, and we're getting burger shows like Has-Been Hotel and The Simpsons again. But I think you have to have respect because they're OG internet men and they have respect for the game. But yeah, I can't think of anything else off the top of my head to talk about right
I sure
now.
can.
Oh wait, what do you have?
Oh, surprise!
Oh, what's the
No,
surprise? What's the
but
surprise?
this one's actually recent, as in yesterday. Now, I must ask you this question first, Bear. When you
Yeah, what's up?
when you played Minecraft for the first time, what console was it on?
Xbox 360.
Same here. For other people, it might be PS3. Now, if my PS3 fans are out there, recently on 4chan, the PS3 source code was leaked, with floating islands and early villager houses looking different and everything. Now, when an open source code is open to the public, this creates a lot of malware viruses that can be planted in the source code. Because when you see free Minecraft, you get free Minecraft. You play free Minecraft, and you store free Minecraft. It's human nature. When there's something that's free, us humans obviously take. There's no buts and ifs to it.
Nothing's free in life, bruv.
Exactly. See, that's a good example because now as people enjoyed getting the source code that was leaked on 4chan, Microsoft heard about this. But before they did, they heard that people were planting viruses into the source code because it's open. In open source code, you can do anything with it. You can change the code because the code was just C++. If you're a coder that's advanced C++, you could have done anything with this. And some people decided to put viruses in it. So this is a warning to you guys. I'd prefer not to go and try to download this off 4chan. It's very rare if you're going to find a clean source code for yourself. But if you do try to go and try to download this as of right now, your computer might get exploded. I'm not even joking. I wish I was. Because you don't know what type of malware, whoever or whatever it might be, it could destroy your PC, could destroy your monitor, your graphics card, you name it, it could probably bust. So this is my warning to you guys. I'd prefer if you guys stay away from this or any type of malware in general. Like, but the point is, it did get leaked. Avoid it all at all cost. Microsoft is actively, as of right now, trying to fix this issue. I think they're trying to take it down. I could be wrong. Because this is just recent. It did happen yesterday, but just be careful, guys, for what you click on. I
Well,
know
here's
you.
two things on that. Since Microsoft has spent so much AI in it, why doesn't AI get rid of it? Oh wait, they can't, because AI is not that good. And number two, who's dumb enough to be on 4chan still?
What do you mean
Like,
by
actually,
AI? This is a PS3 open source code.
yeah, but don't you get it through a computer?
Yeah, someone had to send it to 4chan.
You can still use AI and stuff to jailbreak PS3s. Like, you could still get newer games on it if you jailbreaked it and did it right, but it's gonna look
Yeah,
like
but I'm not saying
absolute
that. I'm
garbage.
saying someone genuinely, wherever they got this open source code, sent it in 4chan, and people used it for other people's advantages.
Yeah, well, if you're stupid enough to not pay the $20 to $30 to play Minecraft, and are downloading off 4chan, then you probably get what you deserve. I'm not really surprised by this at all.
I don't think I've ever been on 4chan, to be honest with you.
I've never have either, and I don't know why I should. I have a job. I'm decently happy human being. I shower every day. So I don't
See,
know
it
why
says right
not.
here, people have already managed to get the PS3 build running on PC, complete with working multiplayer. What this could mean for the current version of Minecraft is still unclear. In theory, readable source code could help researchers identify vulnerabilities, which I was talking about for malware. However, this build is more than a decade old, so any serious security issues are likely already patched in modern versions. Which is weird how they say that when Microsoft basically had to put warning, do not click on this if it does come up to you. So, as of right now, my only words to you guys is don't be stupid. Just pay the 15 bucks. I know you guys are a pirate. I do sail the seven seas, but I sail with safety. But that's all I have to say. That was a little surprise subject for y'all and for you too, Bear. But as of right now, it's kind of getting out of hand still.
That's crazy. I was actually sitting here thinking. Um, do you think like you'll like watch anime or you'll play a game, like a story game, and do you like act like that character afterwards, like a character that impacted you?
Dude.
Hang on, wait, I'm not done. Or do you like see yourself in a situation you think like, how would this guy handle it? Because I low key had a moment like that recently, and I'm kind of embarrassed by it.
Don't
But
be.
I want you to be embarrassed first, so I'll
Oh,
feel
you want
better
me to
about
blast
myself.
myself on spot?
Yeah, I actually do.
I would say in middle school that was a big thing for me. I don't want to say who, but yeah, like I feel like
No, no, no. You're gonna say who? Because
I'm
I'm gonna
not
tell
gonna
mine.
say
I'm
it.
gonna say mine. You gotta
You
say
better say
yours.
yours first. I just
No,
admitted
I will
to
say
it.
mine. I promise. I promise. I'll tell you every instant that I've ever done.
I'm good, man. I'm
No, you
good.
are. We need the content. Come on.
All right, bro. Yeah, bro. You want me to send my you want me to send my address as well, bro?
At this point. At this point.
What? No, but yeah, I do agree. When I was in like middle school, definitely middle school. Like, I'd say like some anime characters really changed how I thought and how I acted, and just basically how I saw specific situations. I still feel like I do it sometimes, but I mostly say like
Who?
what?
Who?
Oh, I was gonna say Jesus.
Oh. No, I was saying like what anime character or like gaming character you've modeled yourself off of. Because I actually have a few. that I try to use some of their core values just because I think they're really good.
I
But I
used
had one recently because I saw an Instagram well, and since you're a baby and I'm not, I'll actually say my feelings out loud because I'm actually a productive guy, very productive. Um, so I saw an Instagram clip and it was like the older you get, the more you feel like these guys are right, and it was like Aizen, Madara, Obito, and like Lelouch from Code Geass, and I was sitting here like, do I have people like I'm not? I don't think Aaron Yeager was right. Like sometimes it's justified, sometimes it's not. It's a kind of a feel in the moment kind of thing. I kind of feel for Obito. I've been kind of feeling for Obito lately, and he's actually now my profile picture in Discord. That's why I was kind of embarrassed by it. That's where I was kind of getting at. But anyway, um, I don't know. His character's kind of sad. I'm just thinking like he saw Kakashi kill their best friend. Oh, this is a spoiler for you. I'm sorry, bro. I totally forgot. You've had a long time. You've actually had a whole lifetime to
yeah.
watch Naruto. But like his whole idea is to cast a Susanoo on the moon to pretty much control people so they won't have a horrible life. Which is like on paper it's not really a bad idea. I mean, like you want everyone to be happy. You want everyone to not feel pain. If everyone like have you ever have a moment where you're sitting here thinking like, man, if that person would have thought the way I thought it, this would have gone by a lot smoother, especially in like team settings. I get that vibe from him, and I was just low-key thinking of like other villains. Like there's some other like really big tier villains that I haven't seen yet. Like the villain from Monster. Have you ever seen Monster?
Uh, I think I only watched the first episode of it.
Evidently, the villain is absolutely spectacular in it. So I'm gonna actually watch that hopefully soon. But like Aaron Yeager, he's kind of like overplayed. But like I was just thinking, I was like, I've obviously had moments where like games have obviously formed that, or like sometimes like a little bit of sadness, like playing The Last of Us. I played The Last of Us last year, like in like early 2025. I didn't really like the second one, but that's a whole different story. I didn't think it was that good. But the first one, I really like Joel's character, cause like growing up, I didn't really have like a father figure. So like seeing him just come into like this person's life and really just changing it, and like he had no business reaching out for like her as far as he did, and he kind of like acted like he didn't care, and I really like that. And I do think things like that. I'm kind of just like I kind of think of myself like, yeah, I'm in a bad moment right now, but like if I reflect on these characters, like I feel alright, and I feel like that's why a lot of people get bullied because of it. Like, what would my favorite character fill in this point? But like, you even have Kai Cenat. He watched Naruto recently, and he said it actually got him in his feels. It actually helped with his mental health. So I kind of spinning this to a point where people, if you're like going through things, or you kind of see like if I see a character and they make me feel a certain way, I kind of like reflect on it and be like, dang, like I didn't know I kind of had that going on in my heart right now. I'm just saying, think about it, reach out to somebody, because it's a really big deal. That's all I had to say about that. Just because I've had some moments where like, oh, I'm like Goku, I'm super strong, or like stuff like that, like kind of like the cringy stuff. Now, I'm not talking about the people who try to talk like they're Japanese in public, or like use actual gamer slang in real life. I think that's very embarrassing and people should quit that. Or if you like, we were actually just talking about it. I was making a joke. The Burt Peanut, how he says like goop and stuff all the time. I think that's funny, but people actually use that in real life, so you'll be surprised. But that was my little spill. Is there anything else you want to talk about?
I'm alright.
Yeah. Well, I think that'll be it for today. I'm still thinking of some other things, waiting for some more news to come out this weekend. But if y'all have any questions, come hit us up on the Discord. If you want to see more of our episodes, go to the Red Tree, or you can literally find us on anything: Spotify, Apple Music. I'm pretty sure. What's the one for Alexa called again? Amazon Prime Music or something like that. Yeah, you could definitely find us there. But I think that's all for today.